Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, and welcome to the At Home Film Festival. This is Christmas week, so we're taking one last look at holiday movies. It's a cornucopia of different styles. I have a mystery, I have a caper film, I've got classics, and I've got new ones. I'm not doing the classics, like we see here in the background, because we've all seen those. I was surprised, actually, I was able to find some new movies that I want to have the next tier of classics. Let's go take a look now. Jingle Heist is a totally adorable film right now on Netflix. It's about a couple both down on their luck that work together even though they don't really know each other to steal from the guy that owns the biggest store in London. I try to sound like I had an accent, but I suck at it. It has some very fun twists, and the couple, of course, starts liking each other even though they don't like each other, because that's how these holiday movies are. But because it's on Netflix, it isn't so schmarmy like some other sweet movies that we see on other networks. But it is fun. I recommend it. Oh my God, this next movie, I discovered it with someone talking about it on TikTok. Wow, the Balter Morons. This is such a good film. I'm gonna say it's one of the best films of 2025. You can agree if you go to AMC Plus or Sundance Now, the streaming channel. It all takes place in one day. It's about a comedian that has to go to the dentist on Christmas Eve due to an emergency situation. And he kind of likes his dentist, even though he has another relationship already. These two end up spending the day together. We learn about both characters, and their chemistry is real. Their romance seems real and blossoming. This really should be a classic. I am so glad to the TikToker that talked about it, because now I'm talking about it. The best Christmas pageant ever. I also found on social media, it kept flooding my feed. It's like, all right already. I really was not looking forward to seeing it, but I did it for the show. And if I didn't like it, I was going to leave it alone. And it does start off where it's being narrated by a woman talking about these evil, mean children. And that reminded me a lot of A Christmas Story, but role reversal. So I was sitting there pouting, thinking, no, I don't want to watch this. But then it won me over. Judy Greer, who we often see in supporting roles, takes the lead, and they're putting on their Christmas pageant, and they have to, I won't explain why, involve those mean, awful, hateful children in the pageant, which leads to so much humor and heartfelt moments. You will enjoy this too. Don't be like me and go in it with an attitude, because it's fun, 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 and it's on Stars. Oh, then on Disney Plus, we have Noel. By the way, there's another movie called Noel, N-O-E-L. This is N-O-E-L-L-E, just so you make sure you find the right movie. So apparently, Santa is like a king, because when he retires, the prince kind of takes over and becomes Santa. Of course, it has to be a male. When Santa's done with his term, his son, Bill Hader, is supposed to take over, but he doesn't want to. He could care less. In fact, he escapes. So it leaves his sister, Anna Kendrick, to go find him. And she does have the Santa spirit in her. But because she's a girl, her job is to write cute Christmas cards her whole life. But she takes along her elf nanny, Shirley MacLaine, to find her brother, to get him to come back so they could all learn the true meaning of Christmas, even in Arizona. Very witty dialogue. It's so funny. It's so cute. It's so original, especially when they don't get Santa back. Sort of the temporary Santa is so formulaic that he thinks every kid that does everything wrong, even the slightest thing, like make their bed or naughty. So at the end of the day, he ends up only with 2,000 nice kids in the whole world. It's charming. Charming. So people either love or hate Tyler Perry. And I'm one that really does like his movies, mainly because they always have hot men in them. But Finding Joy was very cute, which is on Prime. Oh, here it is. So Joy is a great fashion designer, but her boss steals all her ideas. She thinks is her boyfriend invites her to Colorado, thinking she's going to get proposed to. Part of the plot I'm not a fan of, but it does get her to have to escape, get in a car accident, get stuck in the wilderness where she has no cell phone, she has no internet, she has nothing but some hot man taking care of her till she's better. Of course, that's happened before in movies. But it's super charming. It happens during the holidays. It will warm your heart. And unlike a lot of other Tyler Perry movies, it doesn't have a religious moment. So if you don't have a religion and you don't want to hear Tyler Perry's characters preach at you, this could be your movie. One of my favorite Broadway stars, Jeremy Jordan, is in a Hallmark Plus movie, which you could rent for 99 cents on Amazon Prime, or do like I did, buy it for $4.99. Hanukkah on Rye is the modern day version of You Got Mail. Through their matchmaker, they have to write letters to each other, not knowing the other exists, but yet she has a very famous deli in the Lower East Side, New York, and his family from LA wants to open a Jewish deli in the Lower East Side. So of course, just like in You've Got Mail, it leads to people fighting. That was bookstores, the big one versus the little one, but super cute. I don't care if it seems like a copy, because Shakespeare once said there are only 39 plots ever written, so this is one of them, a derivative anyway. Classic movie-wise, we have Fitzwilly. I did this one before when I did an episode about capers. Not like the little food, but crime capers. But this has Dick Van Dyke, so I'm doing it for his 100th birthday, but it's also now on Canopy and TCM right now. But this takes place where he plays a butler for this rich woman who's no longer rich, but she doesn't know it. So the entire staff commits crimes just to keep their matriarch in the lifestyle that she deserves, because they've all been there forever and love her. This ends with a giant caper where all the staff comes together and robs Gimbals. Very funny. On Christmas Eve, that's how it ties into the holidays. That heist was so clever that criminals better not watch this and get any ideas. Anyway, that's our show of the week. I hope you come back, and I hope you share and subscribe. What are some of your newer Christmas favorite movies? Let me know below. I'm kind of cheating. I usually do one show for each day of the week, so that's 7. This is number 8. I couldn't resist Genie, which you could find on Peacock. So Melissa McCarthy is a genie. We learn a lot about a genie because they have more than 3 wishes. This man is down on his luck because he's a workaholic for an unappreciative boss played by Alan Cumming. Shame on you. He learns the meaning of Christmas, love, and taking care of yourself, while Melissa McCarthy is doing her normal, making it a riotous adventure. So I hope you have a riotous adventure for the holidays, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Oh.